Balila says,
most men don't look after their children. The little money they have they spend on drink or give to other women. So it's better to live alone.
there are many women who are the boss of the family, as people say here. There are not enough jobs for everyone, and not enough rain so that the land can feed everyone. Those who can go overseas to work, to Europe and America. Mostly the men, the women stay behind. This has effects on those who remain. Many are unmarried, but even if a man is married, he often has a child outside the marriage.
My husband has only one, only me. My husband doesn't have two. Look at that smoothie over there. He's got no shame. He's got thousands of women.
But that's also because the women are daft.
Sure, they're not blind, but they fall for the handsome ones.
I'll make a date with that one.
Yes, that's good. He's young and doesn't have a wife.
But he has a child already.
No, he hasn't.
A few days ago he showed it to me.
No, nonsense, he doesn't have one.
You don't have any? You lied to me?
You are not going to die, are you? He was so weak, he cheated death. If a woman already has 2, 3 or 4 children, why does she start again with another man? Perhaps I have 2 children and no work. Then a man comes, promises a bed or something, and I need it. It starts all over again. Sometimes a woman has 10 children, each one with a different man.
Do you set up with the men only for what you get?
Yes, in Cape Verde it's like that. On these 10 islands, that's how it is.
Don't you ever fall in love with someone?
Yes, that as well. Sometimes it's love, then I say to myself, You don't have a bed, you don't have a table, I need this or that thing. And then the man says, I'll give it to you. Then you stay with him, have 1 child, 2 children, always in the hope that one day he will have money and give it to you. But when he has some, he won't give it to you, maybe to another woman. He gives you nothing, only the child.
And when you're pregnant, the man leaves you.
And the man leaves you. You have the child and the man says, the child is not mine.
What makes the men like this?
They don't have work and nothing to give the women. Here in Cape Verde, if we had enough work so that everyone could be a carpenter, a doctor, or work for the government, everybody would have his profession. But sometimes you've got work, sometimes you haven't. Or he finds another woman who is prettier and not pregnant, and then he goes with her.
The standpipe in the late afternoon. The first women reserve their places for the morning's line. The tins are old so that no one would steal them. Our
standpipe is open from 6 to 10 in the morning and again from 6 to 10 in the evening.
And why does the water stop at 9 at our standpipe?
Because they want it to close at 9.
No, the official time is 9.
Ours is at 10.
That's not possible. Everywhere it stops at 9.
No,
Perhaps it's just water left in the pipe, but officially it's 9. The man from the council was here, and he told us that the water has to stop at 9, because there are a lot of houses with running water, and if they don't turn off the standpipe at 9 o'clock, there wouldn't be enough water for them.
But why do some people have as much water as they want, like we foreigners? We have running water twice a day.
Yes, that's not fair. If somebody has a job, he has running water, and we still have none. Just in this part of town, we have some 3,000 people, including the children, but everybody needs water. There are 3,000 of us, and we only have 3 hours of water. We used to have water twice a day. Then they built a lot of big houses, all with running water, and then the water wasn't enough for us. In our country, if it rained and rained and rained every year, then we'd have enough water. Where I come from, the Serra Malagueta, when we had enough rain, we had wonderful potatoes.
Sempre favor a batata ou mulher.
If I remember right, they were so big that a 5-year-old couldn't carry them.
5 anos que poder carregar batata. De certeza. Tem uma abóbora que a gente chama roca branca.
In those days we grew a marrow. We called it white rock. It was as big as this bucket, or that one over there. You never saw anything like it.
Não, mas essa coisa com chuva, sabe? Se tem chuva ali.
But this question of rain, if there were a lot of rain, everybody would have water. But because there is so little rain, not everyone has water.
Ali no Cabo Verde,
Yes, precisely. Here in Cape Verde, if it rained, all the poor would have food. All the poor would have chickens, pigs, and most would have goats as well.
Tio pobre tem porco, tio pobre tem cabra, tio pobre outro melhor tem vaca.
If it doesn't rain, the poor will have nothing, but the rich are okay. Drought or rain, the rich are all right. The poor have nothing.
Seja seco, seja chuva, rico tem, pobre que tem. Se chuva tem, pobre tem. Se chuva tem, que tem, pobre também que tem.
Why? Most of the poor are farmers and live off the land, from potatoes, cassava and beans.
Pobre de interior vive só na lavradura. Põe batata, mandioca, milho e feijão. Rico tem que compra. Cebola.
The rich have to buy onions and everything from the farmer.
Agricultor. Só no lavrador.
Do you think the rich depend on the poor?
Rico que está dependente.
They're not dependent. Everything is in the hands of the poor.
Rico está tudo na pobre, está... Olha ali. Eu vi naquele dedo ali tudo.
Have a look at my fingers. Which is the biggest?
Tudo gente na mundo não é igual.
We're not all the same, are we? That's the way it has to be. One is always bigger than the others. That's life. In every country of the world, in Europe, that's how it has to be. Always one has more power than the others.
Quer dizer? Para morrer na